Achieve today to excel tomorrow. Our achievement today is going to be comparing and ordering numbers. Okay, so let's look at a couple of examples to see how we can compare and order numbers. First, it says list of numbers from least to greatest. Make sure you pay attention to what it says, greatest to least or least to greatest. Okay, here's our sets of numbers. They're not the same. We cannot compare them or put them in order until we have them all in the same format. So, we're going to have to choose. Do we want to make these all fractions? Do we want to make them all percents? Do we want to make them all decimals? Generally speaking, it's almost easiest to make them all decimals. This one is already a decimal, so it's going to remain 0.6. 7/10 from a previous lesson, we learned about if this says 7/10, one we should know it's 0.7. We could come through and say 7 divided by 10 and find out it's 0.7. But it's 7/10, that's what decimal it is. 2/3, we can go 2 divided by 3, and we're going to find out that this is a repeating decimal, 0.66666. So we can put 0.67 if we want to round it. 64%, a percent to a decimal, is 2 places to the left from our previous lesson, 0.64. Now that they're all decimals, we can compare them and put them in order. I like to make them have the same amount of digits, so if these have 2 digits, I'm going to give these a 0 to have them 2 digits. Makes it very easy now. My smallest number is 60. My next smallest number is 64, so 64% would come next. 67, 2/3 is next, and 70, 7/10. So that is putting them in order from least to greatest. Okay, the second example says list the numbers from greatest to least. Now it's changed. It wants the largest first. Again, we'll look at our numbers and choose what we want to do with them. These are pretty easy really to turn into a percents, but you could still turn them into decimals if you like. A percent to a decimal is 0.478, 2 places to the left. 1/5 is 1 divided by 5, which is 0.2. 1/2, we should know that from memory. 1/2, 0.5. We should be able to know that. 23/50. Wow, that might be a pretty hard one. We can do 23 divided by 50. But what if we made this have a denominator of 100? Times 2 times 2. 46 hundredths. You know what? That makes it pretty easy because now I know it's 46 hundredths. Okay? We could do it this way. Look for your shortcuts. This one, move the decimal over twice. 0.473. They're all decimals. Let's make them have the same amount of numbers, digits. 3 digits, 3 digits, 3 digits, 3 digits. So I'm looking for greatest to least. Greatest to least. My greatest number must be 500. So 1/2 is my greatest. Next, it appears 478. 47.8%. 473, 47.3%. 460, 23/50. And lastly is 1/5 in our least amount. So remember, when ordering from least to greatest or greatest to least, be sure to pay attention to which one it's asking for. You must change all your numbers to the same thing. All decimals, all fractions, all percents. Generally speaking, decimals is easiest. Sometimes percents. Fractions are generally the hardest because you're going to have a common denominator then. It'll be kind of hard to do those sometimes. So that is ordering and comparing numbers. Remember to achieve today to excel tomorrow.